James Harrison Coburn III was born on August 31st, 1928, in Laurel, Nebraska, far from the bright lights of Hollywood that would later define his legacy. Raised during the Great Depression, Coburn grew up in an environment that valued resilience, self-reliance, and understated strength, qualities that would later become central to his screen persona. His family eventually relocated to Compton, California, where he spent his formative years absorbing the diverse energy of Southern California. Though not immediately drawn to acting, Coburn developed an early fascination with storytelling, voice, and character, traits sharpened by his naturally gravelly tone and observant nature. After high school, he served in the United States Army during the Korean War, working as a truck driver and radio disc jockey. That experience, grounded in discipline and camaraderie, further shaped his worldview. Upon returning home, Coburn pursued acting studies at Los Angeles City College and later trained under the legendary Stella Adler, where he learned the importance of truth, restraint, and inner life in performance. Finding his footing in television and film, Coburn's early career unfolded gradually, marked by persistence rather than instant recognition. Throughout the 1950s, he appeared in numerous television westerns and anthology series, quietly honing his craft while learning how to command the camera without excess. His tall frame, relaxed posture, and unmistakable voice gave him a presence that stood out even in brief roles. Unlike many actors of the era, Coburn didn't push for overt heroics. Instead, he specialized in understatement, letting silence and stillness do much of the work. This approach caught the attention of filmmakers looking for something different, someone who could suggest danger, intelligence, or humor without spelling it out. His breakout moment arrived in 1960 with The Magnificent Seven, where he portrayed Britt, a knife-throwing gunslinger defined as much by calm confidence as lethal skill. Though part of an ensemble cast, Coburn's performance resonated strongly with audiences and critics alike. It was a role that crystallized his appeal and opened the door to a long and varied career in cinema. Stardom, style, and the cool of the 1960s. The 1960s proved to be a defining decade for James Coburn, as he emerged as one of Hollywood's most effortlessly cool leading men. Building on his success in The Magnificent Seven, he appeared in major films such as The Great Escape and Charade, holding his own alongside established stars while retaining his own distinct identity. Coburn's persona was never loud or dominant. Instead, it was rooted in confidence, wit, and an unhurried rhythm that audiences found magnetic. This quality reached its peak with the spy parody Our Man Flint in 1966, and its sequel in Like Flint, where Coburn blended action, satire, and charm with remarkable ease. These films allowed him to showcase his comedic timing while gently skewering the excesses of the spy genre. Unlike many action stars of the era, Coburn seemed self-aware, never taking himself too seriously. His screen image, part philosopher, part gunslinger, made him emblematic of a changing Hollywood, one that increasingly valued individuality over rigid archetypes. Depth beyond genre and creative risk. While often associated with action and adventure, Coburn consistently sought roles that challenged expectations. He worked with ambitious directors and gravitated toward projects that explored ambiguity, moral conflict, and psychological depth. Films like The President's Analyst and Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid demonstrated his willingness to embrace unconventional storytelling and complex characters. His collaboration with director Sam Peckinpah, particularly in Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid, and later Cross of Iron, revealed a darker, more introspective side of his talent. In these roles, Coburn stripped away charm and irony, replacing them with fatigue, regret, and quiet intensity. He understood that masculinity could be fragile as well as forceful, and he allowed that tension to surface on screen. This period solidified his reputation not just as a star, but as an actor willing to take risks. Coburn never seemed motivated by box office alone. He was more interested in atmosphere, theme, and the emotional truth of a moment, even when it meant stepping away from mainstream success. Health struggles, and an unlikely return. In the late 1970s, Cockburn's career was abruptly disrupted by the onset of severe rheumatoid arthritis, a condition that caused chronic pain and visibly altered his body. For a man known for physical confidence and movement, the illness was both physically and emotionally devastating. Throughout much of the 1980s, his ability to work was severely limited, and he all but disappeared from the screen. Yet Cockburn refused to surrender to despair. Exploring alternative and holistic treatments, including MSM supplements, he gradually experienced a significant improvement in mobility and pain management. This recovery, while not complete, allowed him to return to acting with renewed focus and emotional depth. His perseverance culminated in an extraordinary late career triumph, winning the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor in 1999 for Affliction. In the film, Cockburn delivered a raw, unsettling performance that bore the weight of lived experience. The award symbolized not just artistic excellence, but resilience, patience, and a refusal to be defined by adversity. Friendship, philosophy, and Bruce Lee beyond film, James Cockburn was known for his intellectual curiosity and deep engagement with philosophy, music, and global culture. One of the most meaningful relationships of his life was his friendship with martial artist and actor Bruce Lee. The two bonded over shared interests in movement, discipline, and Eastern philosophy, and Cockburn became a dedicated student of Lee's martial arts teachings. Their relationship was rooted not in celebrity, but in mutual respect and a shared pursuit of personal growth. Cockburn often spoke of Lee's emphasis on adaptability, breath, and inner strength, principles that later helped him cope with chronic illness. When Bruce Lee passed away suddenly in 1973, Cockburn served as a pallbearer at his funeral, standing alongside close friends such as Steve McQueen and Danny Inosanto. The moment marked a profound personal loss. For Cockburn, Lee represented more than a teacher. He was a reminder that strength could be fluid, mindful, and deeply humane, lessons Cockburn carried for the rest of his life. Professional tensions and personal principles. Like many long Hollywood careers, Cockburn's journey included moments of professional tension, particularly during large ensemble productions. He valued collaboration, respect for craft, and an egalitarian working environment, preferring sets where egos did not overshadow storytelling. During the filming of The Magnificent Seven, differing personalities and working styles occasionally clashed, especially given the pressures of star power and studio expectations. Cockburn, still early in his rise, observed these dynamics carefully and internalized important lessons about what kind of artist and colleague he wanted to be. Rather than dwelling on conflict, he chose to define himself by professionalism and quiet confidence. In later years, he rarely spoke at length about on-set disagreements, opting instead to focus on the work itself. Those who knew him described him as principled, but measured, someone who disliked excess and posturing. These experiences reinforced his preference for grounded collaborators and shaped the selective choices he made as his career matured. Love, marriage, and a shared legacy. Cockburn's personal life unfolded largely away from public spectacle. His first marriage, to Beverly Kelly in 1959, spanned 2 decades and coincided with his rise to stardom. Together, they raised 2 children, and Cockburn often credited family stability as a grounding force during demanding years. After their divorce in 1979, he remained relatively private until finding love again with actress and television host Paula Murad. They married in 1993 in Versailles, France, reflecting their shared appreciation for art, culture, and elegance. Their partnership was widely regarded as deeply affectionate and mutually supportive, particularly during Cockburn's health struggles. Together, they established the James and Paula Coburn Foundation, supporting education, the arts, and medical research, including initiatives related to arthritis. Their philanthropic efforts reflected shared values rather than public image. Paula was a constant presence in Coburn's later life, encouraging his return to acting and helping shape a legacy that extended beyond film. Their relationship was marked by warmth, partnership, and genuine devotion. Final years and enduring legacy. James Coburn passed away on November 18, 2002, at the age of 74 following a heart attack at his home in Beverly Hills. His death came during a period of renewed artistic fulfillment, making the loss feel especially sudden. According to his wife, Paula, his final moments were peaceful, spent listening to music they loved together. Though rushed to Cedars-Sinai Medical Center, he could not be revived. Tributes poured in from across the film world, honoring not only his iconic performances, but his integrity, curiosity, and resilience. Tragically, Paula Coburn passed away less than 2 years later, leaving behind a shared story marked by love and creative purpose. Today, James Coburn is remembered as more than a symbol of cinematic cool. He was an actor of depth, a seeker of wisdom, and a man who faced hardship with grace. His performances continue to resonate, defined by restraint, intelligence, and a quiet humanity that endures long after the screen fades to black.